I just decided I'm just going to go for it and see what we can find. But before, and they've started doing it, I think they're getting fed up of waiting for face-to-face reads. So they have started giving me little downloads beforehand. So whether it's you or someone else that I'll be speaking to today, I don't know. But we've got the first thing I've got to tell you is your family is a perfect dynamics, because Snake, Rooster and Ox get on fantastically. But unusually they've given me a lot of names. So Peter, Malcolm, Mike, and it's either, I'm getting a name like Rhonda or Rhoda. I don't know if it's a place, a person, I don't know what it is. I'll tell you how they told me about it, and I don't know if you get it there, is there was a TV show in the 70s called Rhoda, I think. So that's what I'm getting. And for some reason, there's a, you know the big barbecues, the gas ones, or like massive lid that goes back, and then there's a massive piece of meat. I mean, it's huge. And then I can see a man cooking at that. So I don't know if somebody's passed or was big on his like, it's a huge piece of meat. So it must be some big event or get together or gathering or something. I don't know. And then they gave me 2 dates that are none of your dates. So well, it's years really, 1963 and 1983. So both sides of Bevan, and it's 10 years either side, so I don't understand what that's about. Obviously Emma's a Pisces, but she's and Bevan is on the cusp, so Pisces and Aquarius, so we'll have to watch for that one. Emma's the snake, you're the rooster, Bevan's the ox. The only other thing that I will say, I don't know if it was 1973, but I did do, if you watch on the Facebook page, I do Astral DJ, and that's when Spirit give me songs for people as a message from Spirit. Now, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because Bevan's surname. So there is the band, the Bee Gees, obviously. I did post one. I can't even remember how long ago it was, but it may have been around the time I first spoke to you. So he may know what relevance that song has, is all I'm saying. But you'll have to scroll back a bit to find it. It's a blue thing that says Astral DJ on it. So there's not a lot of them, but there's regular ones. So that's that before we start. I think I'm going to start with Emma first, because we've done you. I'll start with Emma, then Bevan, and then finish with you, if that's alright. I may stop the video depending on how long it goes. I'm just going to keep going until I feel like I've got everything I can, yeah? So, Emma. Number 28, she's the magician, obviously. And we needed to come out the right way, because if she's upside down, that suggests medical issues or depression. So we wanted to come out positive. So what does Emma need to know? Spirit, please. She's Beck and Bevan's daughter. Northern Lights, Emma. Oh, life ahead, yeah. Let's see. Oh, straight away. Okay, yeah. What do we say, Pisces? Yeah. Okay. Right, it means it's just a single word, right, Emma, and it's like eyebrows to the sky, and it's ludicrous. So something to you or spirit is ludicrous, absolute ludicrous. Big word, but that's how they're describing it. Something's ludicrous. Just total and utter disbelief that too many there. Ludicrous. Left ear's itching. There's a lot of love in spirit for you, Emma. The only trouble with your card is that you're your own worst enemy, really. So I'm hoping that you're the right way up. Seriously. That's not looking good because it's secrets. Okay. This sometimes happens when you're asking for somebody that hasn't asked for it, if you know what I mean. Oh, good. Oh, brilliant. Oh. Well, no, you're being good. You're dealing with it the right way, Emma. So, somebody's greed has cost you dearly. 6 years is mentioned. There could be a Taurus involved in this situation. Finances, you're having to go cap in hand to other people. That is not what you wanted to do. Or someone is coming to you and taking what you have. Someone's taken their love to town. Pisces energy, that could be you. Going towards unfaithfulness, going towards depression, going towards unhappiness for 1 month. Something just wasn't enough. Love maybe wasn't enough to keep it going. There is those born 1966 plus or minus 12 February to February involved, possibly a Taurus, like I said. There could be unfaithfulness or a failed pregnancy for whatever reason. Spirit want you to know that things are not as they seem, and you can't do everything by yourself. You have to ask for help. If it looks bad, it's not as bad as you think it is. And if it looks good, it's nowhere near as good as you think it is. So be very careful. All that glitters isn't gold. You are very positive. Health is looking good. So if there's any health issues, that's positive as well. Medical field, your card, usually. But you could be dealing with a narcissist. Someone who loves themselves more than they love anybody else. It could be you. It could be that your ego's got the better of you, but it could also be a child, a water sign child that's left us or unhappy or someone's removed their offer of love. And yet, there we have the Taurus again. A marriage, close friendship, contracts, very good signing contracts, but Spirit don't normally say that in retrograde. So it must be something that has returned from the past, or that you've already had in the planning for you to be able to sign that and it be good for you. It's about speaking your truth. So no matter what it is, I don't care how bad it is, you need to open your mouth and tell your truth. Speak how you feel, especially about financial matters. It's time to open up. Even if you think that it goes against everything you've ever been taught or believe in, don't be frightened to speak your truth. At 20, I wouldn't imagine that you're married, but there is possible marriage here. And it may be from someone who wronged you in the past, or you've wronged, or just that they didn't have, like, men like to be the hunter-gatherers. Maybe you just didn't have the stability to offer more then. But you've just got to be really positive and believe. Also, this is study. It could be that you're going to be a teacher or some sort of teachings, maybe religious teachings, and that doesn't have to follow religions. It could be anything. It could be just like what I do. This is a high priest, and although not quite the same as a high priestess, they are quite capable of hearing, seeing, feeling things and sensing things. So it's the most important card in your read because it's a major arcana. Those born on the 5th or the 23rd, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a positive way. So obviously your mum comes to mind. And that means that you have to go to your mum. Simple as that. I know she can be a bit loud, angry sometimes, but not the important things. And I think I'm going to do this separately so that you can watch this yourself. Yeah, it's just, you're manifesting your own future. So stay positive, and there's nothing you can't tell your mum. Okay? Speak your truth. I don't know why, I probably get the feeling that you'd normally go to your dad, but this is a mum thing. Let's see. We've got 2 years and 6 years mentioned, but somebody wasn't prepared to give as much as you were. No give and take. Maybe you've borrowed too much money already and you don't want to say anything, but whatever it is, you need to speak your mind. Yeah, you see, it looks to me like there's a conception of a child or a passionate encounter or one night stand, something like that. You have to take action now. This is something urgent. Spirit don't give you that gift without it being urgent. There's been lies, deceit and theft. Someone is still getting away with it, whatever it is. Keeping things close to your chest. Don't do that. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, older male, possibly in uniform, possibly a policeman, possibly darker skinned, could be a businessman, is a good friend and a generous one. So you're getting a lot of Taurus in here. No reunions, no celebrations. 3 months is mentioned. I don't know what the situation is over there, whether it's lockdown or whatever. But there's no, a birthday maybe missed. Your birthday could be a celebration you was planning. It's not going to happen. You need to seek professional advice, either from a doctor, a priest or a lawyer. Or you are protected by a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius male, could be in flesh or in spirit. But seek professional advice in this matter. But you have to act quickly. Things are going to become massively clear. Probably the full moon. I don't know if we've got any eclipses this year, but I will look. It could be on an eclipse. Those born on the 18th, living or past, state for your diary and address, massively important in a positive way. But things are becoming crystal clear about being torn between two properties, two people, two situations. But it's positive energy. We've got a Leo now appeared, a Leo female, very financially orientated. She demands a certain way of, or a certain standing in people's lives. So you may know that is, I don't know, but she's very financially successful or needs to be. That's you, Pisces. You don't need to play the martyr or the victim to achieve what you want. You've decided to put your boundaries in place. You're no longer hanging about waiting for people. The number 4 could be important. The number 12 is massively important. Birthday, living or past date for your diary and address. But yeah, you need to see things from a different angle. Come off the cross because they need the wood. And Aries, which is mum again. Now, I know she comes off as Maui on the highway, not taking no for an answer. That's how it's going to be. But I still say you can go to her. She may not have been herself lately. She may have been a bit, her self-esteem might have taken a knock. They're not feeling the new beginnings or the success, lack of self-worth. So you may feel like you can't add to her problems. I think you'll find once your mum's got something that she can fight against, she's fine. When she's forced to be or do a certain way and it's not in her nature, that's when she becomes upset or down. This could also be a father figure, a government official, a boss. But there's no new beginnings there. The number 4 again is mentioned. 4 or 31. There's some sort of issue there. And maybe that's it. Maybe that you're just feeling your feet. You're 20. You're putting your boundaries in place, and you got to think your mum will find it hard because you've got to let go sometimes and let you make your own mistakes. But you forget we've made them mistakes before you, and we don't want you to have to go through shit like that. But you'll do your own thing anyway, so there'll be no telling yet. Fire sign lady, it could be your mum, but she knows what she's on about. She demands respect though. It's usually a Leo, but it could be anywhere in your chart. And that's you. You see, this is what I expected you to come out. Depressed, down, medical issues, hands, arms, shoulder issues, communications and siblings. Some things not quite right here. And you're wearing a false mask, pretending possibly to be positive when you're not. And yet it could be someone else born on the 1st or the 28th, because it's come out in your read. Or something else on the 1st or the 28th that's negative. Drugs, drug dealers, criminals, somebody you have suspicions about, because we've got the criminals or keeping things close to your chest. Something's not right there. That's what I was expecting. And, I mentioned Peter at the beginning. Peter's keys. Something about keys. Yeah, someone wants the blessing from the family on something financial, or there's a problem with finances. Again, it's saying, spirit nagging now, you must take action. You don't want to, but you've got to take this action now. Don't dither. A new beginning. So even if this is going to cause conflict with your man, you've got to make your own mistakes. A new beginning. You've given up trying to bang your head against a brick wall. Nobody's listening. So you're chucking it in. You've had enough, I think. Pretty much. Yeah. This is you transforming. It's a big, massive transition in your life, going from one age to another. I would probably have expected it next year, because then you'll be 21. But kids mature or come to that point quicker now, don't they? The only thing that worries me here is, like, you've got 3 heads on sticks there. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because you're going to have to sacrifice something. Because when there's a birth, there's a death. In the Scorpio card, those born on the 13th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a positive way, because this transforms your life from an ending to a new beginning. You are protected and manifesting something fantastic. 13, positive energy. Your own worst enemy though, and there has been a third party situation. Heartache, sorrow, loss and separation. It may be just because of the lockdown. Somebody hasn't been able to travel to you to them, but I don't know how it's affecting you a lot. 3 weeks is mentioned, but there is heartbreak here, definitely. Someone needs to choose, or feels like they need to choose. They maybe don't have to choose, but they feel like they do. Yeah, your mum needing to release themselves from shackles, toxic situations. The number 15, important, massively important. Capricorn energy. Someone is coming out of a very manipulative situation, and now not having a go. That could be you knowing how to manipulate your mum and dad, or somebody's been manipulating your mum, or it's toxic, whatever it was, and she's better off out of it. I think that's to your mum, she's better off out of it. But it could be you. you're better off out of it. The one thing I would say is don't worry about what the people think. Other people's opinions don't matter. Yeah, it's what's in the heart. Balance will return. Yes, you've been tested, but you will learn from anything that you are tested by. Libra energy is massively important, but it's external to this. It's something else that's coming in or is in your life, but it's external to this situation that brings balance to you and learning and faith in yourself, if nothing else. So, but it is, we have the 14, 13, 14, 15, can't ignore it, around Valentine's Day. You may or may not be disappointed, but there is action needed right now. Okay, somebody's partying too much. I think the drugs, maybe. It could be a young man. It's somebody who pretends to be something they're not. Proper cocksure of themselves or self-medicating over something they're depressed about. Not a good scenario, that. There is a good friend, female friend and confidant. That may tell you about this deceit, whatever it is. House move, possibly. You need to take action on it straight away if that's the case, or a new place of work or study, but you need to take action on it. It may be a police station. You may have to go to the police. Hospitals, libraries, any place, strange building, could be a new home. There's the Virgo lady. She's somebody that she's not always a Virgo, it's somebody you hold in high esteem. But again, I can't get away from this: lies, deceit, and theft, trickery. Somebody is up to no good here. And it could happen in broad daylight. And it's to do with love though. Damn it. February the 14th, I think. Something important. You will find something out. There is someone that loves you very much. I'm not sure it's the one you think it is. Yeah, external lovers. Somebody wooing from the outside. The doctor is important, either romantically, because that could well be a doctor that you're romantically involved with that works in a hospital, or this is somebody either ill or someone who is making themselves ill for worry, or someone that is using illness as a blackmailing tool. And again, it's the 13. So it's something has to end. This illness, this toxicity. Yeah, peace of mind is what you need. And again, it's a 23. Fate is taking a hand in this now because you're your own worst enemy. Someone's protecting either something they've co-created with someone else or a child from a cheat. You can manifest any future you want. I don't care what's gone on in the past. You draw a line in the sand and begin again. Imagine your perfect future and then go get it. Oh. Spirit want you to be ready, plan, but don't. You have to be ready to move at a moment's notice because they want you to take action on this. Be ready. Be ready for anything. Don't torture yourself with why. You might never know why. It might not even be about you. You don't need to know why. Let it go. Someone in spirit has massive head pain on the left-hand side of the skull. It could be an impact pain. You need to rest and take yourself away from all this deceit. Cunning, strategy, should I say. It's time for you to rest and wait for spirit to show you the signs. Random coincidences, animals, birds, insects, numbers. Serendipity, a lucky stroke. Something is going to happen that will change things and everything becomes clear. And the number 18 is massively important. Clarity will come to you. Maybe you don't have to choose. Whatever it is. So, only because you've got that goddamn card, the Three of Swords, I'm going to do you a love read, but it may not be you. It may just be something that comes between you and what you want. It doesn't have to be about love. You've definitely got choices to make. Possibly about where you're living. But don't blame your parents for wanting to protect you. Yeah, there we are. See? You might not think it, but the relationship you have with your parents will colour the rest of your life. So you have to heal these family issues. That's why the Spirit is saying to you, open your mouth. You're 20 now. You can respectfully say how you feel about things. You can respectfully talk without raising your voice. If you can't do that, with an Aries, I know how it gets, you can write it down in a letter. Just leave it there. Your love life will benefit when you forgive your parents. None of us are perfect. And you're only 20. You have no idea what your life will hold for you. And neither did we. We all make mistakes. You have to forgive yourself and your parents. And if you've got any kids. It's healing a family issue. And it may not even be your family issue. It may be something. Like, give you scenarios that my mum and dad divorced. I thought that was the most horrendous thing. Nobody's parents divorced when I was a kid. So I stayed in a marriage far too long because I did not think anybody should be divorced. That wasn't my issue. That was their issue. They'd fall out of love with each other. Oh, not even that really. He was working away, so they didn't see enough of each other. They didn't put enough effort into that relationship. So I put too much effort into mine because I didn't let go of the why, and I thought I could do better. Heal those issues. Codependency, that's what I was getting. So you may want to be on your own 2 feet, stand on your own 2 feet, do what you want, have a new property, but at the minute you're dependent on finances from mum and dad. I don't know, you might not be. You might be working, but in some way you're dependent on someone else. And it could be that someone's dependent on you, and there could be somebody on drugs. Simple as that. codependence issues, addictions are affecting your romantic life and children. Your love life is being affected by children. That could be your inner child. It doesn't have to be your children or someone else's child. It could be just your inner child. Because our inner child has a tantrum when we don't get our own way. And you'll learn as you get... Oh. Okay, so what cannot be changed? We've got that again. It could be a marriage. Maybe you want to get married. But this situation definitely involves a marriage. And there's been a lot of heartache around this situation. Your feelings are real. I don't care whether romantic or otherwise. And you have to say how you feel. Respectfully, like I said. Because until you do, it'll poison you from the inside. So your feelings are important, whether romantic or otherwise, and they are worth exploring. So go for it. The immediate future, what you've got to do is be happy. Do what makes you happy, and then you will attract the right person. Don't dim your light for anybody else. Be who you are, and the person that fits you will come. Enjoy your life. In the present, your self-respect, what did I say? Self-respect, self-esteem is what's important. So you speak your truth, you stand your ground, but respectfully, and heal yourself. Your self-respect makes you more so don't go... Steve Harvey's 90-day rule, look that up on thingy. That'll tell you what. It's what? 90 days. They can't last 90 days without... Then they're not the one. Keep your mind open because your soulmate may differ from the type and expectations. So you might go for a beach bod. And in actual fact, your perfect person is somebody like, I don't know, Carlton out of Fresh Prince. They need to make you laugh. They need to be your friend first. But don't rule anybody out. I don't care whether they've got a big nose or half an ear. I don't care. Don't rule anybody out. Give them a chance. Yeah, your upbringing. This is the big... It keeps boiling down to this. This is a big factor in your life. What you've been led to believe all your life. You may feel like you've been lied to. That's not true. Protected, yes. Lied to, no. If you are thinking about getting married, it may be somebody of a different religion. It may be that religion or your and their upbringing is different. And it's causing problems. But keep your thoughts positive because you are calling in your soulmate now. Your prayers, affirmations, and what you believe is bringing you together. So you want to keep yourself shit hot. Where is she? Know your worth. Do your 90-day rule, Steve Harvey. And that sends out the right messages to your soulmate that's coming in. So that no idiot soulmate will come in thinking, oh, I can buy her a bag of chips and that's it. This lady deserves the good life. So, that wasn't too bad. Oh, honeymoon. See, I think somebody's getting married. Let's see. Bloody hell. Right. What this 23? What's this 23? The number 23 is massively important. Can't get over it. 23. This is the Dragon's Jewel. It doesn't really matter what choice you make, as long as you make one, the one that's right for you. And the one that you feed is the one that will win. So either choice. Straight down the middle. I don't. I'll read it to you and see what you make of it. But it doesn't matter about. I don't know why this choice is such a big thing. There is no need for you to choose unless you're in a situation where you can't have one without the other. Then that's a different scenario. But I don't see why you have to choose. I shall read you what it says. Number 23 is, there's no way that number isn't in your life in some way, possibly as a person. So this duel takes place at a proverbial fork in the road. It is both ally and challenger at once, and it represents the tensions of opposites, even though the truth is that we live in unity. We experience the duality of faith and doubt, love and fear, right and wrong. There is no right and wrong. Who told you that? Black, white. This aspect of your current experience asks you to accept that although you may be going one way, another may call you to change direction. Somebody's changed their mind. Now is the time to inquire whether it's your ego or your soul that's leading you. What do I say about the inner child? Our inner Paddy. And I'm not saying that you're childish, I'm just saying we're all doing it. My inner child has a Paddy now and again. Decision making also solves your inner conflict. What did I say in the beginning about you being your own worst enemy? Once you decide something and stick to it, there is no problem. If you're torn between two dragons, the one you choose to feed will be the one that wins. And dragons are 1988 plus or minus 12 February to February. So which is it? If it's not the answer that serves your highest of your intentions, deliberately feed the other and the duel will be won in your favour. Now, we haven't got your dad's card in here, we've only got your mum's. So, but for a scenario, if you had to choose between, say, your mum and your dad, you don't have to choose. You have your own self-respect and you say, you get on with it, I'm not taking sides. That's a different scenario. If you have to choose between two universities, yes, that's a different matter. Then I would suggest you chuck the coin up in the air and the one that you're praying for on the way, before the coin even hits the ground, is the one that you should choose. Doesn't matter whether it's logical or not, it's the one you should choose. So always go with your gut instinct, always go with your love and happiness. See, number 11. Damn it. It's a challenge, definitely. And it's the one I can't say. Looking aside, I think he is. I don't know how to say it. But it's August the 1st. which could be important. Loaf mass, Lamas. I don't know if you know any Jewish people that could do with the religious factors. And what did I say about the sacrifices? Where's that Scorpio card gone? I don't know, but I told you about the heads on the spikes, didn't I? Sacrifices must be made by you willingly, not grudgingly, if they are to have any effect. Once you make that sacrifice, you will reap karmic rewards. So don't let anyone push you to offer more than you are ready to give. What did I say about the 90-day rule? You will have to make sacrifices, and you don't have to offer yourself as a service for others. It's time to withhold a little bit. Okay? Oh dear. Much loved by everybody. Oh dear. Don't even know if I pronounced that right, but it's your sacral chakra needs healing. Your gut instinct. You're not listening to your gut instinct. And it may cost you if you're not careful. I don't know if you've got a brother. Maybe you think that your brother's loved more than you are. There also could be someone whose son died young, and that's just a connection to spirit. Christmas and mistletoe is important in connection to spirit. And herbal medicines. Baldur was loved by all, so people found it amusing to try and find different ways in which to harm him, but it never worked, because his mum had made a potion that kept him safe. So you maybe feel like your mum's a bit smothering sometimes. However, the enemy, who wanted to be rid of him because of his admiration of everybody, because everybody loved him, so somebody's definitely jealous here, made a dart from mistletoe, which was the only plant that didn't give an oath to his mother. So he was killed by his brother. There is some sort of sibling in the background here. There is some sort of sibling rivalry going on. This may be the family issue. Maybe it's not you. If you haven't got a brother, I mean, your mum hasn't mentioned a brother, so I don't know. It may be mum or dad's brother, I don't know. Someone is cremated in a boat. Oh, he's cremated in his boat, sorry. And in her grief, his wife threw herself on the burning body. So, don't be that. Nobody should sacrifice themselves that much for someone. It's just, that's not healthy. So you are renowned for your ability to avoid situations and incidents and come out the other end generally unscathed by the event. And people believe that you have the luck of the Irish on your side or the luck of the gods. That's not true. You have an amazing knack of being able to see things in a positive manner. Yes, you have. What you don't know is that you hurt just like everyone else, and you've been hurt. There's no doubt about that. The difference is your attitude to recovery. And it is time to consider telling others of your feelings. What did I say? You have to voice your opinions and feelings and experience so they understand you better. So if you can't do it without arguing, write it down. You are a teacher. What did I say about the teacher? And a role model. And you need to share your experiences of resilience with others and enable them to understand, because they don't understand, the positive strategies you use to get through the difficulties and challenging situations. Your knowledge will motivate others to change their views and the way they behave. Give them the opportunity to have a better outcome in their lives as well as yours. So I think this is what's needed, is the healing, isn't it? We have one more before we look at your wild card. So, a very interesting reading, Emma, and I hope that you was aware of it, because I feel quite guilty if not looking into. I think you would probably get your hackles up if you knew it was being done without your knowledge. But I hope you do get to hear it, because it's important, very important. Bloody hell. I'm getting all emotional. I hope you haven't got a grandmother in spirit, but if you have, Grandma is sending a lot of love, and it may be a great grandma, I don't know, somebody that, she's making my hair stand on end. So she's laying the foundations for your future, and she doesn't want you to repeat old patterns of your lineage, put it that way. So number 88 is massively important. What did I say about 1988, the dragon? Anna was the little known grandmother of Jesus, and she was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ consciousness to be woven through all of her life. She is not widely known, but without her, Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that it's sometimes required to live a life of service. And maybe that's what you want to do. You don't want to be academic or whatever. You want to just live a life of service. I don't know. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being, while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents a dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all life. Anna teaches us that we have a part to play in this divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant, and one person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children, another may be to gather women in a circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that's incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of that plan. So, surrender to your part in the plan. What do you feel that you're here to do? What is it you want to do? Then do it. Don't repeat patterns of other people's opinions of what you should do. Because you are sensing things. Number 40. It is water element, so Pisces is important. And this Ace of Cups. It's the infidelity, it's the unfaithfulness, the sadness, the emptiness. Your intellect may be confused, but your emotions will never lie to you, so you're not paranoid. You have to let matters flow where they will. This is our emotions, our talents, and our imagination. This is visions. This is finding something out. This is acquired knowledge. Don't get carried away, and don't let your feelings make you feel adrift. When looking at the shimmering surface of water, we cannot see the bottom, but we know and sense that it is there. Deep things too obtuse and transitory to explain, fathoms of moods and insights. Water is the element of Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio, so it's our element. The planets of water are the Moon, Pluto and Neptune. When the water element card presents itself in a spread, you can trust that what you feel as the best course to follow. Like I said, go with your heart. What you are sensing right now may not be based on any logic. It's just what you're sensing is right. Right now, it's best to go with the flow and, depending on the cards surrounding it, to trust that movement. These changes may seem gentle and gradual, and sometimes the water element can indicate a need to withdraw to fight another day. It's time to gather your resources and gain your strength before moving ahead. You have to be independent before you can make decisions for yourself. This can at times indicate trusting too soon. Yes, definitely, I believe that. Or the passive acceptance of other people's shortcomings when you shouldn't. Yes, that too. You may have a tendency to want to allow things to pass you by without fighting for them, to let go of something that's rightfully yours. Water is the element of compassion and understanding, but avoid being a doormat. Yes. It is possible people or forces may take advantage of your benign and accepting nature. Yes. This is a good time to imagine, write, paint, play, or create anything. Since water is the element of imagination, it is the ability to quiet your mind and allow yourself to be taken over by the idea or a dream. So random thoughts, let them enter. Water is painting, poetry and music. This card represents being connected to the flow of all things. It is also the ability to keep secrets. Yes, I think you are. And to work alone in privacy. It is probably best to now allow people or circumstances not to pin you down or hem you in. Frankly, you now have the ability to float or drift out of any situation in a way water is able to move around obstacles very gently and easily, especially if it's toxic. Leave it. Currently, you may be having the feeling of floating or being adrift. Yes, I believe you do. In a sense, it's a type of surrender. Maybe it is the surrender to a dream. At present, you may have very little energy and want to withdraw, and you are in fact doing a lot of inner processing, which will take you to where you need to go. Expect a pause, but forward motion soon. Look inward and don't worry about the drama that surrounds you. Avoid the commotion, sit still, float, and trust your inner wisdom. It won't steer you wrong. What is known, being led by feelings, what is felt and what is known to be true directly through your emotions. So if you feel it, it's true. Intuition, letting go of just going with the flow. Extremely sensitive, feeling shy or out of place. Being quiet and introvert. Subtle changes in circumstance and environment. The creative imagination, psychic dreaming, currents of emotions, confusion, fears of confronting a problem directly, feeling avoidant, don't want to do that, mysteries and secrets, acting in a solitary or secretive way, probably, having doubts, experiencing loneliness,